There we go. That should work. Let's see. Does that work? That's better. Okay, well, hello. Well, happy Sunday, everybody. Now you can hear me. Good, 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 good. Well, let's say hello to who's on here right now. I know there's a few early birds. Jerry, of course, is always here, usually the first, although 3D Medic Vince was really early tonight. So there's Jerry, there's Guy the Jedi, Ranch Kid, SPC3D, Betty Boop is here, David Walton, Tuxedo. Who else did I miss and say again? Wiki Central. I don't want to miss anybody. Donna the Baker is here. I think I got everybody. I think I got everybody. And if I didn't, oh well. So sad, too sad, so sad. Woof woof to the poochies and meow meow to the kittens. There we go. There's a lot of people. A lot of people have their pets on with them tonight. So thank you so much for everybody being here. Tulsa Skin made it. Yay! I may not go the full length tonight. We'll see. I'm going to do my best. I had an injury earlier in the week. I fell down some concrete steps on my front porch when I was doing some snow removal, and I tore tendons in 3 places in my arm and shoulder area, including detaching one from a bone somewhere, apparently. So it doesn't look like I'm in much pain right now, and I'm not, because I'm on 2-day painkillers. So they are playing a little havoc with my stomach. I feel a little queasy right now, but I didn't want to miss 2 weeks in a row, so I kind of had to suck it up and come on. I just can't lift and do too much with this arm. It fatigues extremely easy. So yeah, some of you may have seen the video. I posted it on my Facebook page. My front doorbell camera caught the video of me doing the fall. So I went through a battery of x-rays and ultrasound on my shoulder, got the results back, and yeah, no broken bones, but some separated torn tendons. So yeah, we're good. So I gotta not do any heavy work with this arm. If I hold my arm tight to my body, like when I move this printer over and hold my arm tight to my body, I'm fine. But anything away from my body and up above and everything is when the tendons start to kick in, and that's when it starts to give me issues. So yeah, so we're doing our best. There are forms. There's a form to fill out for winning some Polymaker. I know there was one early entry on the form. You might want to do it again because I did switch the URL to tonight's form. So go ahead, and if you enter twice, I'll forgive you this time because that was my mistake. I was late in putting the link up tonight, and I think last week's link was still there. So yes, you don't get a replacement. You speak from experience. There you go. You only get one of everything. We can't grow our limbs back, so not like a chameleon or whatever they call them. So yeah, eat when you take them. Yes, always take my medications with food, etc., etc. I had one with dinner. Or did I have this? No, I haven't had my evening one yet. I had my morning one with breakfast. But I also take a pill once a day that is supposed to help my stomach not react overly to the pain meds. So yeah, and I got my medical coverage just in time to pay for all these medications. So here we go. There we go. So couple things. Tuxedo says tendon injuries are the worst. They are, because you don't realize how much you depend on your muscles to kick in. Like, there was a point where I have to hold this arm up with this hand, and when I let it go, I can feel the weakness because it just wants to let go. I can't engage that muscle. So yeah. You just got done filling it. Hopefully it was not too soon. No, I think you're okay. I think there was only one entry at the beginning, and I think that's been taken care of. So anyways, what we're doing tonight, I'm having trouble getting this printer going, and I want to figure out why. It says that the cutter on the printer is stuck, but it's not. So I may end up taking that head apart. I did over the last couple weeks, I'm going to be building a couple more of those cool flashlights that we finished. For those of you that didn't see the finished product, I'm kind of happy with the finished product of this thing. It's big and it's heavy, but it's got a battery in it that'll last forever. So this one works perfectly now. So we have the top lights that come on with the upper switch, and then when we turn the switch to the lower level, we have the side light that comes on. So I really, really like this. This was Neri's, Chris, his Neri's 3D HP, not 3D HP, his channel is Neary's, and he has these on printables. And they're really cool. So I liked it so much that I told a friend I'd make them one. So I printed 2 more. These are out of the Fiberon ASA CF08. This one's in the fire red. This one is in the desert sand. These are really cool. These filaments print extremely well, and the bottom and the top portions are printed with Polymaker's TPU 95A. I believe that's what I use for these. And this stuff prints oh so ever nicely. Speaking of Polymaker filaments, it is the Polymaker filament draw that you are entering tonight. And I want to thank Polymaker for allowing me to do this draw each and every live stream. Thank you so much, Polymaker. Yeah, the desert sand, the black looks great with the desert sand. The black complements anything, right? So if we take a, oh, I got to activate that camera, then cut to the camera. Yeah, that's my hand, by the way. But if I zoom this out a little bit, there we go. So yeah, I just wanted to show you how well this TPU prints. Extremely happy with how easy and cleanly this Polymaker TPU prints. Yeah, Polymaker is my favorite filament. What can I say? Not just because they're a partner of the channel, but because I actually love their filament. And then the same with this bottom part of the base. This is the same black TPU that I ran this bottom part with. Threads work out beautifully. Look at that. As we undo that, the inside there, such super clean prints. And there was no stringing. I didn't have to do any burning or removing of stringing on these things at all. But yeah, that color combination is awesome right there, the desert sand and the black. But so is this fire red and the black. I mean, those are both really cool color combinations. Anyways, just wanted to let you know, these are something I'm going to be working on over the next little while, getting the electronics. I've got all the parts printed, just got to get the electronics in it. I have 3 more of the batteries available, so I've got lots of batteries for this. Let me just go ahead and move these off to the side here. I'm trying to print a job on the Elegoo Centuri Carbon here, but I'm having trouble connecting it. It changes every time I power the printer off and power it on. I get a different IP address because it's on a static. It's on a not static IP. It's on a dynamic IP. So, yeah. There you go. Jerry did put a link to these flashlights on today's 3D print. Look at that. He's got a YouTube about it, and he's also got it on printables. So thank you, Jerry, for doing that. I appreciate that. Did you get the Ego battery back in service? No. I tried everything. It's on the floor right there. I tried everything I could. I contacted Ego. They will not touch it because it is out of warranty. I tried jumping it with the fresh battery and letting it charge for a little bit in a desperation attempt, because my business partner Bruce said he did the whole dropping it thing. He said it worked once. I tried that, it didn't work. So I think what I'll end up doing, just because it can be fun to try, is I may take it apart and take all the batteries out and test the batteries individually and see what I get. But in the meantime, I realize instead of paying $500 Canadian to Ego to buy that battery, I can get clones of that battery on Amazon for about $139, and they got raving reviews on them. So why pay for the Ego brand name when I can get one for a quarter of the price, which would be fine. And I'm not worried about that till it's time to come mowing my lawn this summer. The only difference is this is a 6 amp hour. The ones I'm looking at on Amazon are 5 amp hours, so not a big deal. So I have to charge it every 2 or 3 mows instead of every 3 or 4 mows. Not a big deal at all. So, hey, Brent Ferguson from Texas, how are you? Just finishing up your car, better late than never. Yes, sir, another CG. So who else has popped in? Nobody, I can't see anybody else that's popped in, so hey. And if I missed you, forgive me. Yeah. So I'm getting an error on this. I want to have a look at this. I did take the AMS apart because I had a filament break in here and jam. So I had taken the AMS apart. I want to make sure I didn't, there's 2 wires in the back here that you have to make sure that you connect when you put it back together. And I have a feeling one of them might have popped loose which wouldn't explain giving me the error of the cutter in here, but I just want to just double check that anyways, because before I was getting that cutter error, I was getting a feeding error on the AMS. So I'm just going to take that apart and have a look at that. So you guys stick around with me. We're going to do something a little different tonight too, as you saw in the title of the video. There is a, did you reserve an address in your router for the Century C? No, I didn't. I don't know how to do all that stuff. All I end up doing, here, let me show you what I end up doing. And it's a pain in the butt, but I can do it. Hang on, let me grab this, let me get this camera sort of moved a little bit here so you can see this screen over here. I just want to point this to the Century Carbon screen. So what I end up doing is I get on this screen. Here, let me switch this over. Oh, there's a reflection, bad reflection there. As I get on here, I basically go to the tools and I go to the network. And I have a look at my, or actually if I go to the info, well, let me see, let the network refresh here. Then I just see what IP address it's on. I'm on Wi-Fi, where's my info? So I am on, oh, it's not going to tell me the, somewhere in here it's going to tell me the network info, what I'm connected to. It'll give me an IP address and I just put that IP address in. But actually, current network, I'm on the right network. I am hooked up. Let's make sure, well, let's make sure I am hooked up to the network. Let me put in my password here. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to cover this while I put my password in. And then I can tell you the number, there's number 74 something in here. And then it's much easier if I do it with 2 fingers. Confirm. There we go. And I just actually in that whole conversation while I had that covered up, I did mention exactly what my password is, but in encryption. So there we go. So now it shows we're hooked up to the network. Okay, so maybe now, maybe it just wasn't hooked up to the network. Maybe that was my only issue. I'm trying to print a Costco tray, a Costco cart tray, and I tried to print it on here. That's when I started getting those errors, and I thought, F it, I said to myself. I said, I'm just too tired yesterday. My arm was hurting, so I gave up on it yesterday. So, screen cap and enhance to find your smudges, finger smudges. There you go. Hey, Death Cube, hello, hello. I like that, the way you think there, 3D Medic Vince. Okay, let me just have a quick peek here. Here, I'll share this with you guys. Let's see if this is going to connect. So if I go to my Elegoo, there we go. There's what I'm trying to print right there. It's a Costco shopping cart tray, etc. There's built-in supports, everything there. There's a brim, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I sliced it, tried to print the plate, and I couldn't find my printer. Let's refresh. Let's refresh, and it's still not finding the printer. So if I basically go back over to my device tab, no printers available. Let's go ahead and select this printer. Confirm. It does not want to find my printer. Little bugger. So let me see if I can find that IP address here on it again. That's pushing the printing. It is pushing the printing area, but I think it'll risk it. I think I'd risk it. Let's go info. And I still don't have an IP address under there, under network. It is connected. Oh, there we are. 123 is my IP address. Okay, we have an IP address now, 123. I didn't change that camera back, did I? You guys are seeing some weird stuff there. So I have a 123. It says it's 123. Okay. So device, prepare. Okay, and no, I'm not printing it in purple. It's going to be red. I don't care. It's PLA basic. I don't care what color it shows on screen. But, you know, if some people be anal about that, so we'll switch that to red. So it's actually a red filament. If I slice the plate, infinite mirror effect. Let's slice the plate again. If I print plate, refresh, it's not finding my printer, but yet under the device, let me just see something here. Connected printer. See, it says 123, which it is 123. So what I did last time, I think, is I closed the slicer, We discard this because it's a 3MF file I'm bringing in. Then I'm going to open the slicer. Elegoo slicer. Now it should have found the printer. Add printer. Okay. Add man discover. See, it's not discovering my printer for some reason. Connect. Let's add it manually then. 123, printer name, LAN, 110.0.0.123. I don't need an access code. Connect. Please enter a valid host or IP. It is a valid, 123. I had an extra 2 there. Connect. Printer already exists. Okay, hang on a minute here. I've never had this problem before. If we go to here and we go confirm, are we going to connect now? I just wish it would just connect on its own. Here we go. Connection failed. Please check the network of your computer and printer. I wonder if I connected to the wrong Wi-Fi. Let me double check that. I have 2 Wi-Fis. I have 5 gig and 2.4 gig, and sometimes the 5 gig, if I connect to it, is not friendly with these printers. So if I connect to the second one here, let me connect to this one. There's my password again. And then 74. And it's easier to do it this way than the other way. Okay, confirm. Okay, so we're connected to that one. We have the same IP address, but we're connected to the second one. Let's see if maybe that was the issue. Yeah, I know, you didn't come here to watch me struggle with connecting a printer, did you? Oh well. You came here to do whatever I am doing. Purple would be nice. Yeah, actually, that would be, wouldn't it? Maybe I'll do one in different colors, because red would be almost too obvious to do in that. Okay, let's open the file. Okay, so there's the file. Let's just switch over to this screen again. Because it was, yeah, so there's the file. And again, red, doesn't matter. We're going to slice it as they brought it in as a 3MF. But let's go ahead and first of all just make sure that the device, no printers available. Why? There it is, 123, Elegoo Sanchari. We don't need a password, we don't need any of that. We'll confirm. And for some reason we're not connecting. Okay. Anyways, I'm not going to worry about that. Let's get the bamboo going. We'll discard that. Let's just close that off and just not get frustrated over it. Oh no. Oh, who invited him in? Who invited you? Oh my goodness. Who told you to come back? Who told you to come down? I'm going to actually, you say hi to them while I restart this printer.
Hi.
Is that all you got to say is hi? That's it?
What do you want me to say?
Well,
engage them?
Engage them. It's a YouTube channel. You got to engage them.
What do you
We're going to reboot the printer and hope it works. You think rebooting this will make it work?
No.
No? Okay.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. Okay. So, surprise, the star of the show is here. Turn the printer on and off, Tim. I just did that, Jerry. I just did that. So, what do you think? Is it going to work this time?
I don't know.
It's not recognizing the IP address of the printer. Do you know what an IP address is? Internet protocol.
No.
Okay. I want you to take this plug and stick your tongue on the tip of it and see if you get a shock.
What? What is that connected to?
Mom's upstairs going, no! So I take it Mom's watching. Okay, not that one. Here.
Hi, guys.
Here, take this one. This one's plugged in. Here, take this one and stick your tongue on this.
No.
Oh, okay. Darn. You're too smart for me.
Hi, guys.
You heard her. Jerry says, Maria, Jerry heard you say, no!
Wow, this is so cool.
What is?
Hi, guys.
Don't mess around with my mouse. Don't disconnect my stream or anything like that.
I didn't. I'm just moving your mouse around.
We're doing some trivia later. You might want to join in.
Okay, can I press a button?
Can you? No, you can't press a button.
Can I press the space bar?
No, you cannot press the space bar.
Oh no.
Here, let me give you a knife to play with or something. Here.
What?
If you become a YouTuber, you can do all this stuff. You can press any button you
Can I
want.
press
Do you want to know what button you can press? You can press this button that says overhead. And look what you did. You changed to the overhead screen. You're now coming out of that camera.
My
You
God.
know, you stick your head in further, and now turn your head and look
I
up.
can't.
There you go. Okay, press the button that says main.
Oh,
There you go. You want to press another button? You can press the one that says cut.
I have a bad feeling.
You have not. Careful with your finger. It says cut. There you go. Look, now you're on this camera here. Look. Ready? And now there you are right there. There you go. Okay, press the cut button again for me. Quick, the cut button. Ah, there we go. We're back. Okay, say hello and goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Tell everybody good luck in the Polymaker draw.
Good luck in the Polymaker draw.
You got to look at the camera when you talk, right? It's
hard
like when
to.
we're
I
with
can't
people.
read the comments.
Oh, okay. Tuxedo said bye, kiddo. Betty Boop said hi, Ethan. Nick said go for it. And Death Cube said thanks, kid.
Okay, well, goodbye, everybody.
Okay. See you later.
I don't have anything entertaining to stream.
Nothing entertaining to stream? Okay, so we restarted this. We are hooked up to the network. Now we have a new IP address. Here we go. Let's see. Why do I have a weird IP address like that? Anyways, let's see if I can connect to the printer now that I've got a new IP address and it's rebooted. Uh-oh. Okay, let's open Elegoo Slicer. Let's see if this works. Future YouTuber right there. He acts shy, but he's not. Device. Let's see. Okay, you're not. Oh, man. Oh, I tell you. You know what? I'm just going to end up sticking a card in there and using it that way. Power cords are not candy. No, they're not. Okay, let's go add printer, and let's see if it'll find it on its own. Somehow I doubt it because it looks like it's got an external IP address here, 192.168, and it should be a 10.0.0 IP address, so it's not finding it. So there's got to be something. Let me really quickly switch to this network, and we're still getting a real. Oh, there we go. Now we have a proper IP address. Okay, now let's see if it finds it. Just use Orca for it. Yeah, I could. I think it found it. Hang on, I think it found it. It does say it found it, but connected printer. I get this window here. See, it says 10.0.0.123, and we have it. Is it? Let me see if it's actually working. Let me home it. Yeah, and it's connecting. So it does connect to it. So why the heck? Now I should be able to now just go ahead, open my model. What did I just do? Open the model. Okay. Let's load it. Let's slice it. Hey, Steve Alpha. No worries. You're not really late. We haven't really done a whole lot. We're just slicing this sucker here. And then if I print the plate. And we're not finding the printer again. What the heck is going on? What the heck is going on? Under here, there's my device. There's the connected printer. Let's refresh. Refresh. Nothing. Oh. Yeah. The ball goes up and down. Hey, Mark Baker, better get better soon, Ford. I will, Mark. Thank you. It's on a different subnet. I don't know what's going on. I've never had this issue with it before. When you look on this screen right here, I can communicate with the printer through here, but I'm not able to. That is really weird. Let me do this one more time. Let me close the app one more time, and let me start the app one more time. Yeah, but this is my internal IP address, isn't it, that it's trying to connect to right now? Device. If I go details on that. Let's see what happens here. There we go. See, there it is right there, and I'm communicating with it as we speak. So, but yet if I go to connected printer, it's not showing it as a connected printer. Local printers. Okay, so why? It's there. It's showing connected. Yet it's not letting me. Hang on. I'm probably just having a brain fart here is what's happening. So I could have network problems for sure. Let's see what happens here. Print plate. Yeah. Okay. Well, for now, export all sliced file, export G-code file, export plate sliced file. Slicing for the bamboo. Oh, oh, son of a gun. Why didn't I see that? Who said that? Hang on, hang on. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. I didn't even bother looking up there. Oh no. Okay. I feel like such a fool now. We'll just go with the Elegoo PLA. That's fine. Oh my gosh. I didn't even think to look over there to make sure I was slicing for the right printer. That's my problem the whole time. Happens to the best of us. Yeah, but it shouldn't happen to me. I've done this enough. It's the different slicers. Okay, here we go. Now we can print. Now it's going to find the printer right there. See, now that makes me feel like a FOOLL. A fool. So I can print to the bamboo printer from here too then, I guess, by using Elegoo Slicer. All it is it's basically bamboo slicer. There we go. Okay, that's gonna work. Finally. Thank you for setting me straight. Oh, that's so embarrassing. Anyways, now that we've embarrassed ourselves enough, let's go ahead and have a look and see if I put this thing back together properly. EBCAC errors happen all the time. Even between EBCAC. Hey, Barton Fink, EBCAC. I haven't heard that one before. I've heard something about in between the ears. Error in between ears or something. So let's go ahead and take this down. Oh, this is very light, thank goodness. A brain fart. Yeah, it was a brain fart. Can't believe that. Error between chair and keyboard. Ah, there we go. Error between chair and keyboard. I'm just going to pop this. I just want to make sure I got the wires put back in this thing correctly. Number one. Pretty sure I did, but one of them might have come loose. Remember, go ahead and enter to win the Polymaker draw if you haven't already. We're going to do a little fun thing. I don't know if Jerry saw it. He probably did, but there's a new trivia plugin that you can put on the EveMux streaming software, and so I've created about a 13 question trivia contest for us to play later. We're gonna do some trivia, see how good you guys are at trivia. All to do with 3D printing, for the most part. Just to add a little bit of a spin to the stream, just because I want to. Okay. Oh, I gotta pop out the PTFE tube here. There we go. I can lift this now and see. And oh, that one cable I think that one cable was a little bit loose, but I think we're okay now. Okay, I think we're okay now. Where'd my window go? There we are. Oh, what the heck is going on with my... Come on. And no, I want you to open up here. There we go. And there we are. Okay, let me put these screws back in. That one never fell out. You know you'll lose? Nah. 3D trivia, you may learn something, right? It's all about learning. Trivia on what topic? 3D printing. 3D printing. DWIT tuxedo. That's probably it. Me on meds. I tell you, I don't usually take a painkiller. I very rarely take like a regular ongoing dose of painkillers, but they've told me to stay on these for a month, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle a month on these things. So we'll see. All it is 500 milligram naproxen. So I don't know whether that's a high dose or low dose. I know nothing about painkillers. So now I got to go into this guy. Let's get this glass off of here, because knowing me, that's going to end up shattering if I don't put it out of my way. And I want to take this hot end apart. It says that the cutter is jammed, but I know darn well the cutter is not jammed. So I'm going to see what happens here. So we'll pop this here. Let me get the overhead camera. Will the overhead camera show this? Yeah, there we go. So we'll pop the fan off of here, the cooling fan, which is fine. Okay. And I'm going to pop out something looks weird, oddly weird here. Anyways, we're going to pop out the PTFE tube here. If I can push that down, there we go. Okay, and let's get the hot end out of here. Just want to get at the cutter, and the cutter should be between the hot end and where the filament comes in the hot end, and you know it should be in this area in here somewhere where the cutter is. And I don't believe the cutter is jammed, so learn, yes. Win, no. You might win. Never say never. Okay, and there's the other screw for the hot end. There's no filament loaded, no good. So this should pop out, down and out. There we go. Now the cutter, see that does not look jammed to me because I'm able to move that cutter in and out. Now, if I wanted to replace that cutter blade, just say, okay, I don't want to unplug this hot end if I don't have to, because that's a bugger to fit back in there. I've done this before, these two plugs here to unplug the hot end, but that's a bugger to fit back in here. But I think if I undo those two little screws, I think that'll pop the extruder out, I think. I've never checked their wiki page to see exactly how to do this, so I'm just winging all this. I've never actually taken the extruder out of this thing before, but how hard can it be? Right, we have one little screw here. I don't know what that's holding in, but we'll see. And then there's another little screw beside it. Put filament in and snap it. Maybe. Yeah, no, nothing. That doesn't do anything. So let's put those two back in, because those are probably holding something in that's got to come out after something else comes apart. Okay, so you go in there, we'll put you back. Hopefully nothing inside fell off because I took them out. I'm the kind of, if I see a screw, I undo it. And I learn, lesson learned if I screw something up. I like that idea, 3D, Jerry, I like that idea. Put a piece of filament in it and snap it. I should have some filament in my scrap box here. I do. I got some red filament in here. Let's put this in. Oh, is there something jammed in there? Oh, I wonder. Let's go up the up hole. Oh, I wonder if there's something stuck in there. Uh-huh. I can't even get that up the hole. Don't. I know what I just said, so don't. I don't. I can't get it. Anyways, let's just see. There's the hole. Oh, there might be a piece of filament stuck in there. Yeah. I wonder. Okay, well, I need to figure out how to take this whole hot end apart then, obviously. Cool. What would you guys rather see me do? Work on this or work on a flashlight? Not that you have a choice. Let's just see. I got white filament in there. And I wonder if that's exactly what happened, if there's a piece of filament stuck. See, there's the cutter. Oh, now when I cut it, oh, it cut it fine. But I'm not able to get this up through the extruder. Yeah, the cutter cuts the filament fine. Oh, I think I just cut a piece and it stayed in there. Yeah, I have a feeling that there's, there all came out. I have a feeling there's something stuck up in there, but let's just, let's not go that far yet. It's cutting fine. Now maybe it could just be that the extruder motor is tight and I'm not able to force this down through to turn the motor. I wonder if I can, actually, let's see if I can manually get that motor to turn with that hot end off. I don't need to heat it up. Let's just plug it in and see what happens here. And if I do anything foolish, I'm blaming the medication. Turning this on. Time for the wiki, possibly. Try to extrude with the hot end off it just to make sure nothing is jammed. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm going to do right now, Tuxedo. Let's see. Let this get this started up here. Let's get this started up. Don't forget, guys. Go ahead and enter the Polymaker draw. It's pinned at the top of the chat and it's in the description of the video. Go ahead and enter to win some Polymaker later. Polymaker, da 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 da. And then you're going to hear, it's time for the Polymaker giveaway. Hey! Okay, I'm not going to sing though, so don't get that thought in your head. Okay, let's see. See, I have an error here. HMS 700-4500-0002-003. Wonder if I type that into their wiki, if that would tell me what's going on. But that's too easy, so let's go here. Let's go feeding. Now let's go back. Let's go over here, and there's the extruder. Okay. Now this, I can manually feed the extruder. Let's try. Here we go. Okay. Oh, there we go. It just pooped out. It just pooped out a big piece of green filament. Aha, maybe that was it. And let's try it again. And let's see if the red filament, see if my red filament comes right through. And it did. Okay, so my extruder extruded. It pooped out a piece of green filament. Okay, let's pull this back. We do have a clear path now. Maybe that was it. Maybe there was a little piece of filament stuck in there. Okay, let's power it down and put it back together. Hello from Las Vegas. Hello, hello, hello. That the tool head cover is off. No, it worked fine. Okay, so now we will put the hot end back in like so. Okay. Where's my wrench? Let's wrench this back in. I much prefer the, mind you, they've advanced everything on these things, even since the, even since this P1S and P1Ps came out. They advanced everything, even the way the hot ends swap in and out. But this is still an easy hot end switch out. The error you have is the tool head cover is off. Oh, okay. Okay, well that makes sense. Okay, so the hot end's back in. Okay, cutter is freely working. We'll plug the tool head, or the fan back in. Okay, I will plug the fan back in like so. Okay, put this back on like so, and we'll power it up. Let's see what happens. Whoops. Brought to you by the DWIT Studio. I'm trying to make a little bit of an LED light thing here. Yeah, it's the DWIT Studio light. Another little thing I'm working on the side. Okay, we have a screen that's on. Here, let's get back to this camera. There we go. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, ready to print. No other errors coming up. Okay. Ready to print. What did I just see flash there? I really want to, I'd love to have, so I do have another error now. 700, 4500, 002, 0002, 003. Everything is connected though. Why is that giving me an error now? Was that the same error that I said was there before? It's, okay, let me find that too. You guys will get that to there before me. Is that the same error, Guy the Jedi? Let's see. Bamboo Lab error. And it's, let's see, what was it? My memory sucks here. I know a good thing to do. If I quickly take a picture of it. There we go. That way I can type it in. H700, HMS, Her Majesty's Service. HMS 0700-4500-0002-0003. -0003, enter. Filament cutter has not been released. The handle or blade may be jammed, or there could be an issue with the filament sensor connection. Okay, it's a filament cutter. So right here, that's the error I'm getting right there. HMS 007, blah, blah. The filament cutter handle has not been released. Let's look at the Bamboo Wiki about that. When the printer unloads the filament or switches filaments during printing with the AMS, the cutter is used to cut the filament before pulling it back. When cutting, the tool head will move to the front of the printer. Let the top lever block press the cutter, which will push the blade to cut the filament in the extruder. After the filament is cut, the cutter lever will automatically spring back from the cutter lever below. Okay, so what's going on here? The cutter lever has a magnet inside as the extruder has a Hall sensor in the corresponding position. The printer uses the Hall sensor to sense the cutter's position to determine whether it is successfully sprung back. When it is detected that the cutter lever does not spring back to its original position for 2 minutes, the prompt will pop up on the screen. When the cutter is stuck, the lever will be stuck in the tool head without springing back. It is not stuck in the tool head. Okay, so it must be that sensor. How the heck? So I'm going to have to take that whole freaking thing apart. Am I? Right, am I? Ay, ay, ay. I want to get this printer running. I have to take that whole freaking thing apart? Let's see. Safety warning. Troubleshooting guide. Okay. If the hot end is not clogged, but the cutter is still frequently gets stuck during cutting, which it's not, retract the filament from the extruder. Here, I'm sure what I'm looking at here. And manually press the cutter level to see if it moves. We just did that. We cut 3 pieces of filament. If the cutter still gets stuck, it's not. I wonder if I just need to replace the blade. That's working. I'm just reading everything here. Okay, right there. If the cutter lever is in its original position and not physically stuck, Hall sensor false detection. Check for debris on the Hall sensor and wipe the magnet and sensor surface with a clean tissue, then power on the printer. Hall sensor malfunction, cable disconnection causing false detection. For P1 printers, ensure the pins are fully and correctly inserted. Okay, so that's where the Hall sensor goes, is right in there. Okay, the image below shows the correct installation. Okay, so let's have a look in there and see. Okay, let's have a look in there and see. Okay, Let's get back to my screen. There we are. Okay, I'm going to have a look. Let's pop this off. Let's pop this tube out again. Okay. Let's pop my fan off. So there's the hall sensor right there. There's nothing loose in here at all. Everything is in there. Now on the side here, there's a little magnet inside there. And I got to turn this so I can see, turn this around so I can see the other side of this. There's a little hall sensor right there. Okay, definitely a nice gap. So you can see that that cutter is not sticking at all. So it could be a bad sensor. The plug for the sensor is right here. It is these are all plugged in nice and snug. There's nothing that would have caused those to move. Okay. I will take, as they say, a little bit of alcohol and clean that sensor off. So let me grab a towel and a little bit of alcohol. Oh, okay, that was a lot of alcohol that I squirted on myself. And let's just give this a quick wipe in here. Okay. Hey, Kilroy. And a quick wipe in here. Okay, that hurt. That hurt. Oh, when you have a sliced open finger like so from an injury from your full-time job, try not to get alcohol in it. Okay, I've cleaned those. Let's turn the power on, see if I get that same sensor message. It should give me the same message even with that cover off. Okay. And that was a 4500 0002 0003 message. Let's see if it gives me that same message right here on the screen. And worst case, it's a faulty sensor and I have to replace the extruder. I suppose that may be the worst case. So ready to print. And am I going to get that message? Let's just give it a few seconds. Yeah, there it is. Oh, I wiggled something here and the message came on. Now it is, the message is there, ready to print. I'm going to do this and let that go. Now we're getting the same message. So we're obviously got something going on in the hot end here, in the extruder. Yeah, same message. And there's nothing impeding it. There's no dirt in there. The plugs are plugged in just perfectly fine. So I need to know how to get that extruder out of there. Wonderful. I've not done this before, so we'll all learn together. Better alcohol and paper cut as are, just to let you know you still, yeah, exactly. It will not try to print with that error, no. It won't print with that error. It will not. Meanwhile, hang on, my, oh cool, meanwhile my Costco thing is starting to print really well on the Elegoo Centauri Carbon. Okay. That's in okay. Yeah, something is awry here. Okay. Let me go to let me find out about replacing the extruder on this. So let's go back to the, where was it? It was the bamboo, here we are, wiki. I wish the door would open, yeah, no kidding. I wish this door would come off easy. I wish I'd get that door off easier. Okay, let's go back to this and let me look for, where's the search? Right here. Extruder replacement, P1S, P1P, doesn't matter, extruder. This will just tell me how to get the extruder out of there. I don't want the unboxing guide. Install a spool holder, headband unlock. It's not what I asked for. P series. P1 series. Maintenance guides. Part replacement, here we go. Tool head, extruder filament, extruder unit replacement, here we go. Okay. Got to disconnect the filament tube and disconnect the Hall switch. The Hall switch is the one. It could be crud between the pins and the connector, true. So we'll try a couple things before we get right into this first. So first of all, you guys are just going to watch me do this. It's better. This is a little more exciting, I suppose, than watching me do a build a flashlight, which you've already seen. So let's go ahead and, which camera did I put on? Did I have the overhead camera on here? I don't know. I've lost my screen. I can't tell what camera I'm on. I am on the overhead camera. There we go. Okay. And let's move that up there. Okay, there we go. With the Panda Revo. Nice. Turn off the printer. Oh yeah. Jerry, you're my safety guide. Thank you. Otherwise, I think I'd have bigger problems, right? Right. Okay, there's the 2 screws for that. I should actually get one of my little screw containers, but what the heck? There's no risk in that. Let's pop the hot end and let's pop the hot end cables out. Didn't want to have to do this, but I'm going to do it anyways. There's the top one. There's the bottom one. There's our hot end out. Okay. Here, let me see if I can get you guys a less boring camera view here. If I pull this one over here, that's not really going to do much. If I put that there, I can't really get you. How can I get a better? Oh, I know what I can do here. Hang on. A less boring camera view would be probably something like that's even more boring. Come on. That's even more boring. If I lower the tripod a little bit, there we go. There we go. Now I can do that. And if I get the camera angle up a little bit, there we go. Here. How's that? Look at that. It's a little harder for me to reach around and get into it, but hey, at least you can see what I'm doing. So it told me to remove the PTFE tube, which I've done. Now I got to remove this little cover here. Oh man, that's easier said than done with these paws. Where did I put my tweezers? First time for me removing this, so maybe a first time for all you guys too. Or for y'all. Is that what I say, y'all? Y'all? Okay. So let's see if I can get that off with these. There we go. Oh, that was easy. Okay, so that, let's see, is there any dust or anything in between that? Nothing, really, nothing bad in there. Okay, so we got that off. So I could put that back on, but it's just basically like beating a dead horse. There's obviously nothing wrong with this. That was plugged in correctly. So I think I just got to take the extruder off and have a look at the whole thing. Hired. Curved end tweezer. You guys are funny. Let me move this out of the way so I can see the screen here. Okay, release the cutter. Undo that screw. Okay. Leave the H1XT as the cutter is released from the extruder and the cutter lever completely drop. Remove the extruder unit by removing those 3 screws. Okay, so we got to release the cutter by taking this hex key and removing this one right here. I'm on that little one right there where you can see the screw in. Oh, if I release the spring, it makes it easier. Okay, so we'll take that out. That should come out right about like almost. Okay, this guy here. There we go. Take that little screw out and the cutter will drop right down. Oh, and that's how you change the cutter blade. I may as well put a new cutter blade in there while I'm at it because before I put it back together, because I have a bunch of them and I have never changed this cutter blade. Not that it needs it, but hey, it doesn't hurt to have a sharp blade, right? It's not like I have the sharpest blade in my head. So, why are you beating horses, dead or alive? That's a good question. Good question, Deanna. Okay, those 3 screws there to release the extruder. Well, that's not as bad as I thought. So there's 3 red screws circled. So I'll show you. Just I don't know if any of you guys ever taken one of these apart before. There's the instructions I'm following right there. Here comes the stabbing. Well, you know what's going to happen. There is a sharp blade sitting right here. Right here. So I'm leaving that sharp blade exposed while I undo these 3 screws. This one, right here. I know my hands kind of get in the way when I do this. Actually, what I should do, I should bring my let's bring my Stream Deck closer there so that when I go to the overhead, when my hand's going to be in the way, I can just do this. And then that way my hand, you don't just look at the back of my hand the whole time. Let's move that back. So there's one of them. Gee, Tim, did you take a picture to see what goes where before you take it apart? No, why would I do that? That takes all the fun away. I think this is one of them down here, right here. After we get back from the hospital. Whoops. There goes, no, I had this major cut here, which was done by a razor blade, and it was really deep. No hospital. Hospitals only if if you need major stitches or something. And one more screw right here, and this should release the extruder. Let's see how easy this is going to be. There's the 3rd one. Now this should just, like that, it popped out. Here, I'm going to get the other camera angle on it so you can see. Doop. See, so we undid those screws, and the extruder just pops out. Whoa. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Any Second City TV fans here? John Candy? Ooh, 3D, scary. Okay, there we go. Extruder's out. Okay, so let's move this back out of the way. Let's move this camera out of the way. Let's go ahead and switch back to me. There we go. And let's go ahead and do this. So the sensor that was the sensor that it is telling me to, that is sensing the cutter, is on this side here. It's this little, focus in there, it's that little thing right there. It's a little tiny little black sensor right above my finger. So nothing looks wrong with it, but then again, there's nothing clogged in here. I mean, this is all moving beautifully, easily. Who showed up? Drop of sugar and glue, keep going. 3DH, oh, Raj D showed up. Hello. Hey, Ted Cornish from England. Well, good eye. Oh, that's the wrong country. Hello, welcome. So let's see how much one of these things costs. I don't believe I have a spare one of these. Unless I can just replace that sensor. let's just see. Oh, there's a, why does it look like there's a loose wire there? Anyways, let me put this up out of the way. I'm just going to be careful lifting with that right arm. Let's just put that out of the way for a second. Let me sit down. I'm getting a little bit, this fatigue's very easy. Okay. That looks, no, that looks pretty normal. I don't know what that little pink thing sticking up there is, but it doesn't look too abnormal. It looks like there is something broken here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I found the problem. Let me see if I can get you guys in close enough to share this problem. I found exactly what's wrong. Let me find this camera view. Let me do this. Let me zoom right in as far as I can. I found the problem. Do you see there is a little wire that should go right from there to this little wire sticking up right there? Can you all see that? Right there. Should be connected to this broken wire right there. I can't zoom in any further. That there, I'll bend it a bit. You can see that's a broken ribbon cable right there that goes up. That's the other end of this one. That's the other end of this right here is what's broken off right here. That's the problem. And that connects over here to this little guy right here. Okay, and there's the broken tip of it right there. Mystery solved. So why that happened, I don't know. Who knows? Wear and tear. But I think that, oh man, sorry. Okay, let me go to the overhead. I just tweaked that overhead. And let me zoom in for you here, but give me a second here, guys. Let me bring that, open that software, bring this down, and, oh, wrong one. Oh, well, hey, while I screwed up that, I can show you that there's that tray printing on the Elegoo. So we're printing just fine. It's about a 10-hour print, I think, something like that. And then I'll do it in another color. It's the Costco tray. But I didn't mean to do that. I meant to go to this one. There we are. So I'm just going to see if I can, I think this little sensor will come off, and maybe I just have to buy that sensor. Let's just see. I know there's two little screws on the side there. Something rubbing or pinching that shouldn't have. I know, I don't know, that's weird. Okay. And then pop this one. Okay. And let's see if that will actually just pop. It does. So there it is right there. So it's just that little sensor right there. Obviously with a broken cable. Yeah, I don't know why that would have happened. That's weird. And then it's just taped down. There's a little piece of black tape here. And then if I remove that little piece of, it almost feels like hockey tape. And if I take that off, there we are. So I'm going to see, let's go and see if I can just buy this sensor, because the rest of this extruder should be fine. Okay, there we go. Can I not solder back on the wire? Hang on, I have to, where are we here? Tulsa skin? No. Have you seen? Have you seen? I'll tell you what, Tulsa skin, give me a mailing address. I'll send you this ribbon cable, and you can try and solder that ribbon cable back together for me. Oh my gosh. That was funny. Can you see it from close up? Yeah. Here, let's see how close I can get you to this. I'll show you the sensor and this. I think this is going to be the best camera to do it with. How close will that focus? There's the sensor. There's the broken, hang on, come on. There's the broken wire right there on the sensor. Okay. And then where it's broken, it's almost like there's a piece of wire missing too, right there. You want me to solder that sucker back together? Are you totally insane? Here, where's my sliced finger I did here? Look at that slice. Look at that nice slice I did last week. And you want me to solder that back together? Obviously, there's a piece. I wonder if it's in here somewhere. Looks like there's a piece. I wonder if I removed a print or if I... No, because then this would have been covering it. I don't know how that would have happened. I really don't. It's a 300 size printer, so it shouldn't take that much space. Oh. Okay, let me have a quick peek here. Let's have a quick peek together. Let's go to Bamboo. Oh, let's go Bamboo. Oh, Bambi Lab. No, I want to go to Bamboo Lab. Here we go. Let's go here and let's see. No, I don't want the wiki. I want Bamboo Lab. Come on. Here we are, Bamboo Lab Canada, and I want to find the parts. Spare parts. Extruder parts. Here we are. And I don't see that one simple part. Oh, is that it there? Extruder filament sensor, no. Extruder motor, no. Extruder unit. I'm in H2 parts? Oh, for H2. Well, what the heck? Spare parts. Oh, X1 P series. There we are. P series spare parts. I blame the medication. Extruder parts for the P series. There we are. Here we go. Extruder filament sensor we don't need. That's it for spare parts? It's probably what I need right there. Stainless steel extruder. And that would have the whole thing built into it right there. Or would it? Yeah, that's built right into it right there. So they don't have that as a separate item, so I have to buy. It's not bad, 46 bucks for an extruder, but still, why would they not sell just that one part? And that would just be like a $5 part. Well, at least I'll have a spare extruder minus that part. Because yeah, they don't have just that one little part. Huh. It's on the extruder, and you need the sensor too for the cable. I don't need the filament sensor, no. Just the extruder's got that part built right onto it. You can see it in this image right here. It's built into it right there. And it comes with the cable right there. And there's the part of the cable that broke, was that part that went right up around there. That's weird. Yeah, I get it all. Yeah, that's okay. All right, no worries. We'll just have to order that one part. Matter of fact, I should, before I even bother to do that, I should see if there's anything else I need. And then I just have, yeah, and then I have this one I just took apart as a spare. Well, this one that I just took apart will give me all sorts of spare parts for the extruder if I ever need it. Yeah, because everything in here is in really good shape, it looks like. So, yeah, yeah, no big deal. Yeah, but that's kind of how they get you, right? Like, I would have every bit of confidence in putting that ribbon cable in myself, but they obviously for some reason don't sell this as a part on its own. Now, oh, does this just unplug right from this? Maybe I could make, there we go. That just unplugs as a cable. Maybe I could send this to, who was it that said, who was it that told me to solder it? Maybe I could send it to you and you could just do a whole new cable for me. I get the idea of these ribbon cables and these sort of little type of connectors to keep things flat. There goes that piece. Oh, no, don't know where that went. Oh, I got a pen or something leaking in my pocket here. Oh, no, I don't. No, I don't even have a pen in my pocket. That's not a pen in your pocket, Tim. Okay, so that's resolved. So let's, while I'm here, let's just go ahead and log in and let's just put that part in my basket. I need it. If I want this printer working again, I need it. Make sure it's me. I can enter my PIN. And there's me, and log in. If I had to rebuild a couple of your extruder for your X1C, you should print the extruder gear removal tool in case you need it in the future. Yeah, true. That's agree. Okay, let's put this part in my P1 exclusive 45. We're going to add one to the cart. I don't need more than one. It wouldn't hurt to get a spare though, because I have two of these printers at the office. But no, let's not do it because it's not out of stock. It's in there. That's fine. But I just got to see if there's anything else I need at the same time. Two working printers instead of one. Exactly. I'm leaking, they say. I wish. No. Okay, so that's that taken care of. We know what caused that. Why is that? There we are. This EveMux console, it opens in a separate, when I leave the window, I get a little console from EveMux that shows me actually what I like it, but it gets in the way sometimes. But I'm just thinking, is there any other spare parts I need for this thing while I am ordering? Because I don't like, you get free shipping over 65 bucks, right? I'm at $45. I'm going to pay about $15 shipping anyways, so I may as well buy something to get me free shipping. Let's see what other accessories. I could use a new, no, I don't need another print bed. I love these BQ, what are these BQ beds called? The Cryo Grip beds. I love those. So click link. Click link. What? Click what link? Let's go back to, let's share what I'm doing here. So that's what I've ordered there. What else? What other? I don't think there's any other spare part. That's not what I wanted to do. Accessories, spare parts for the P series. Don't need screws. Don't need hot end parts. Extruder, PTFE. Don't need cables, cooling. No, I don't need really hot end parts. Screen, others, XY circuit boards. Don't really need anything here. Tool head parts. No, I don't really need any of these. Let's just see real quick here in case. You never know if you'll find that little cable. Actually, I didn't look through here. Eddy sensor. There it is, right? No, extruder filament sensor. P2. Oh, P2S. Am I in the P2S again? No. Yeah. P series, but I want the P1S. Okay. I don't need to buy a whole new extruder. Well, what else? Did you find the part? The filament sensor also has the cutter sensor on it. It does? Why didn't I see it? Let's go spare parts again. P-series hot end parts. And
okay, I found this on the web for hot parts. Check it out.
I did not ask you, Siri. Siri found me something for hot parts. Hot tub supplies, official trailer, YouTube, hot parts.
ChatGPT asks,
I don't think I
"Can you
want to go to.
clarify?"
I don't think I want to go to a YouTube site called Hot Parts. Let me look again. Hang on. Accessories, spare parts, P series, extruder parts. No, there's the extruder
Okay,
filament
I
sensor.
found this on
Oh,
the
stop! Why are you? Stop it! Stop! I'm not talking to you, phone. Okay. No, I don't think it's on there. That's just the filament sensor. Read the description. And also detect the filament cutter level. Well then, the sensor is used in the extruder to detect the presence of the filament and also to also detect the filament cutter lever. Well, let's look at the wiki and see what it does. Oh, 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 oh. I see, Tuxedo. Okay, the picture is misleading because the picture just shows from the one angle. Okay, okay, I see. So this looks like it replaces the whole unit the unit that I unscrewed the sensor from. Okay, hey, you might be onto something here. Hang on. If I look at, let's get rid of this. Oh, let's move this somewhere where I don't have to keep lifting it. Oh, let's put that over there. Where did I put right here? Okay, so Tulsa deserves credit for sure. And you found the P1 Hall sensor on Amazon. Really? Okay, well, I want to explore this real quick first. Then we'll look back at that. Yeah, hang on a sec. So if I undo these two screws that I undid at the beginning, that one, and this little one, this should release that whole. This should release this whole part right there. Okay. Okay, so that released this whole part right here. And that whole part is what this is. Okay. You just saved me like a whole bunch of bucks. So that's the filament sensor as well as the, okay. 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 Thank you so much. Okay, so we can go back. We can go back. See, I learned something new. We can go to the cart. Actually, no. Go back. We can add this to the cart. Oops. Where? Oh, right here. Add to cart. Then I can go to the cart, and I don't need this. I wonder what they're going to charge me for shipping just for that one piece. Leave it all together until you get a new one. Yes, that's a good idea, Jerry. But thank you, Tulsa. Yes, thank you. And, well, thank you, everybody, for just stopping me and then getting me to do this. So, okay, well, that makes perfect sense now. Okay, I was looking just for I was just looking for this little part. I didn't even think to look for this whole part. That's what you guys are for. So I'll just put this back together. It's a good point, Jerry. That way I don't lose screws. I'm sure it'll come with screws, but you never know. And we'll put that back together here. Put that back together. Yeah, I'm going to have a look on Amazon, just see what they have. Who mentioned it on Amazon? I get Amazon Prime. Now, Amazon Canada, hard to say. So a P1 Hall sensor. Let's just check Amazon. Let's check out Amazon and just see. Whew, I got to sit down. Okay, let's go back here. Let's go to Amazon.ca and let's look up bamboo P1. That's just P1 Hall sensor. Extruder filament sensor for P1. Oh, there's just the plug. Okay, that's just the plug, but 25 bucks. Look at that. Yeah, that's just the cable. I could buy that, just the cable, for 25 bucks, or I could buy the whole thing for 15. You got to be kidding. And there's the sensor for $28. $28. You got to be kidding me. Or just the board for 23. No. There's another one at 16. Here, let's go back. Let's go back to the search. Let's see, $97. Look at the same part that I just got on. Look, but you got to be careful. Look at this. That's the exact same part for $16 on bamboo for $97. You got to be kidding, Amazon, right? There's one for $14. I'm not waiting until April 10th to 22nd. Let me see where Tuxedo's link is here. Amazon.ca. Let me find your link there, Tuxedo. Hang on. There we are. Let's go to this link that you just sent. 1619. That's not bad. March 31st, so that's on Tuesday. Free delivery tomorrow. Oh, Sunday, April 5th. Private sellers. Are they actual bamboo parts? That's, you know, that's the question I always ask. Is it will it actually work, or will it end up giving me more hassle? Yeah, I don't know. How many hours did I have? I'll check that in a minute. Oh, I can't check it. I don't know. My printer's turned off right now. Drop ship from AliExpress. Yeah. You know what? I think I'd rather just go with these guys, in all honesty. I'd rather just go with them. I'll probably order it tomorrow. I can do some filament and stuff. I can tack in some filament and whatever to get free shipping. Because there are some filaments I do need from here, and I can look at some other spare parts. And as a matter of fact, I have a buddy that's looking to get a part for his A1. So I think that's what I'll do. I think I'm just going to leave that in the cart. It'll be there tomorrow. I'll get free shipping. It's a bamboo part, and then that way I don't have to worry about, I'd rather buy it right off bamboo. Amazon is maybe a little bit, if I had to pay shipping, a little bit less expensive, but I don't think it's going to save me that much money. I'd rather just buy straight out of the horse's mouth. In the meantime, so I don't lose these two little screws, I'm just going to put these little screws back in here. How much is shipping? Oh, let's look at how much shipping is, just for curiosity. I'd like to know that too. And we'll put these screws back in here so I don't lose them. That way they're all in the part. So let's have a look and see what shipping would cost. Ooh, freaky. So if I were to just check out with this one part, let's get this window out of the way here. Check out one item. That's okay that you see this address. That's my work address. It's public. Shipping would be $8. That's not bad, really. $25.19 with shipping. So again, you're abusing horses. AliExpress says certified original, probably the same where bamboo gets its made. Who knows, right? At least with bamboo, I know I'm getting genuine parts. Yeah, and you know what? If we're speaking $15 difference. Like if, you know, whatever, if I could get that on Amazon for $5.99 or something, then, you know, yeah. But that's not bad. $8 isn't bad, but I've got more things to order and I'll get free shipping, so no big deal. So yeah, I think I'll do that. Shipping method, let's just for fun, let's just say if I say we'll ship to this address. What do you want me to edit my address for? Oh, okay, I see. They want the 105 on this line, 105, comma, 407 2nd Street Southwest. Oh, I see. They want that. I get it. Okay, so I get rid of that, and that makes it a legitimate address. That's my business. That's a work address. That's KKP. There we go. $8 shipping, 3 to 7 business days. They ship faster. It ships out of BC here. So, anyways, as I said, I'm just going to go ahead and order it with some stuff tomorrow and get free shipping. I can always use filament as well. I've got a big pending job coming up for Amazon. Ironically enough, it's a printing request from Amazon. It's about a $4,000 job, printing 200 parts, and I should have an answer on Monday. And if I get that answer that I'm looking to get, I'm going to be ordering a dozen rolls of filament from Bamboo anyway. So we'll get free shipping and we'll throw that part in. Actually, maybe I'll have Amazon pay me for that part. There we go, right? See, so it's free. Free, free, free. Where are we? 6:29. The draw is closing. I'm going to reopen that draw. I'm going to give you guys, let's go settings and responses. And how do I, let's see, ta-da. And we're going to turn off we're going to be still accepting responses. After number, we're going to say 60, and we're going to save. So go ahead and enter the draw if you haven't. We're going to do the draw shortly. We got 37 entries. There's a link at the top of the chat and a link at the bottom in the description. We're going to give away some filament, but I will give you guys a few minutes to get your entries in. In the meantime, I'm going to try something new here. You guys want to try something new? You guys want to play a little bit of trivia, see if it works? You have to forgive me. I've never tried this. I don't know how it works, but it's going to be a little bit of fun. What do you guys say? What do you guys say? Huh? 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 Oh, Tulsa skin. I've got a few big ones on the go. It's becoming more and more popular in this area, and people want a lot of stuff done. But I've done work for Amazon for a couple of years now for littler things, but this will be by far the biggest one. So let's do some trivia. Let's go ahead and go to a trivia window. Boom. Is there no audio on that other screen? I think what it's saying. This is new to me. I think you just have to hashtag and then the letter. I think that's what you go to, hashtag and then the letter. Don't type the word answer. And there's no volume on that other screen. That's weird. I don't know how to fix that. But anyways, we're going to go back to trivia. I'm going to put the questions up for about 30 seconds each, and then we're going to move on. Something happened. All my questions disappeared. What the heck? Okay, stop answering. Something happened. If I go to the trivia, I had 18 questions. They're all gone. What the heck? Okay, well, that kind of put a damper on things. I had 18 questions all lined up. They were all to do with 3D printing, all to do with 3D printing companies, all to do with filament. They're gone. I don't know what happened. I broke it. Anyways, the answer to the very first and only one you saw that I put there was I started streaming in 2020. November 14th, 2020. Dang. Question 3, what happened to my questions? That sucks. I thought it would be fun to have something like that, but oh man, I don't know what happened. It's a brand new feature, so I either screwed up or there's something screwed up in the system. I think maybe, I don't know. Anyways, whatever. We're going to do a draw. We'll do a Polymaker draw, so let's just do a Polymaker draw. What do you think? Should we just do a Polymaker draw? How many people we have entered now? We have 41 responses. 41 responses, and we have a few people watching right now. It looks like we have 45 people watching. If you haven't entered, it's too bad. It's ready to go. YOLO, Tim. Sounds good. What did you figure out with your air knife design? Oh! My air knife design. Oh, let's do the Polymaker draw. Then I'll show you my air knife, my updated files for my air knife. Thank you for bringing that up, Indie Nations. Thank you for bringing that up. Next stream, test of all Tim's ideas. Yeah. Let's do the Polymaker draw. Then I'm going to go grab that air knife. I think I've got it. I think I've nailed it. Let's get to the Polymaker draw. Here we go.
The Polymaker giveaway! Hey! All the answered names get to play! Hey! Count it down, shout it out, don't be late. Time for the Polymaker giveaway!
Let me know if you can hear me on this stream. Yes, no, maybe, possibly. Yay! Can you hear me on this when I'm on this window? That's weird that you couldn't hear me on the trivia window. Anyways, here we go. Good luck. First of all, we're gonna actually spin to see what we're gonna spin. Okay, so here we go. Let's do the spin to see what we're gonna spin. And in 3, hang on, I gotta turn my volume on here so I can hear what's going on. Do you hire a band or create custom royalty-free music? Yeah, I did actually. They're back there. They hang out in the basement when they're not working. You like that song, right? So I can play that song again, you know. All I gotta do is go back to this screen and then back to this screen.
For the Polymaker giveaway! Hey! All the answered names get to play! Hey! Count it down, shout it out, don't be late. Time for the Polymaker giveaway!
Ooh. Okay. Let's go ahead and spin to see what we're going to do. Let's spin to see what we're going to spin. There's one surprise one in there. I'd be surprised if it lands on it. I'd be really surprised if it lands on it. Oh, it almost landed on it. 18 seconds and 9 mixes. I had one in there that said give prize to the first person to type hashtag winner. But it didn't land on that, so don't type hashtag winner or you won't win. Okay, I'm gonna go get the form. I'm gonna go get the spreadsheet, and we're gonna enter everybody in here. Here we go. So let's get the responses. Let's download the spreadsheet. Oh man, I shouldn't have done that to my arm. Okay, and we downloaded it. I'm gonna go grab them. We're gonna paste them in. Give me 1 second here, folks. And then I've got to actually get the code. I haven't gotten the code yet. I'm so far behind in this one here. But you'll get the code as soon as I get the code, and then we'll go get our air blade. You didn't even enter. Oh, well, you got to remember to enter next time. I give a few different heads up during the stream, so I do my best to make sure everybody gets a fair chance to enter. Okay, and do we have any duplicate entries? I'm not sure. Let's just see. Let's go ahead and go to data, and we're going to sort the data by column B, and we go OK. And I don't see anybody that has entered twice. You guys are so good. Nobody is cheating. Nobody is cheating, entering twice. Okay, so let's go ahead and copy all the names. There we go. Command C, copy. Make sure I'm copying YouTube names and not email addresses. That would not be good. Okay, let's get back to the stream. Here we go. Yes, good job, guys. Nobody cheated. Okay, let's get rid of all the names on the wheel. A and delete. We have an empty wheel. Oh, I think that said 7 mixes in 18 seconds. It's going to go anyways. We're going to mix it 7 times. Paste everybody's name in, and we're going to shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and one more time. And good luck, everybody. Good luck, everybody. And the winner is smart Sam Ratter. Sam Ratterier. Are you online? You have to be here, Sam. Sam. Say hello. Say thank you. Say congratulations, Sam. We're just going to call you Sam. Go ahead and say something, Sam. Are you here? In fact, you got to be here. It's kind of one of the unwritten rules. You are here, Sam. Awesome. Congratulations. I'm going to nab your email so you guys can just have a quick boo at, I don't know, whatever. I'm going to come back to this screen and you can watch me while I go get your prize for you. It's a rat terrier thing. Sam Rat Terrier. Okay, I'm terrible at pronouncing names. So give me a second, let me get your code for you. Not a code as in a cold, a code, but a code. I have to just quickly go ahead and you need to sign in. What do you mean I need to sign in? Why do I have to sign in? I've already signed in. Ay, ay, ay. I shouldn't have to sign in to get my own email. Okay, come on, there we are. There we are, inbox. Sorry, I just got to grab the code for you. Boom, boom. And I'm going to grab the code. Talk amongst yourselves while I do this. Talk amongst yourselves. I usually get this done before the stream, but I was kind of distracted today and I blame the medication. I blame the meds. Okay, and one more thing here. We'll do this. We're going to copy this link. Okay, we're going to start the email. And here we go. Oof. And paste that in there, and code. What's going on? Access denied. What are you doing, Microsoft? What the heck is going on? Sorry, it keeps booting me out of my email. Oh man, I am getting so... Okay, just bear with me, folks. Bear with me. Keeps booting me out of my email. Asking me to sign in. You're signing back into Microsoft Apps and Services. Fine. Wants to access my Google account. Fine. There, you let me in. Are you going to boot me out again? Lordy, lordy. There's my code. It's not supposed to be this difficult. There's my draft. At least it didn't delete my draft. Here we go. Okay, now I just got to get your email. Bear with me. We're going to be right there. Where's that spreadsheet? There we go. Just got to find your name. Okay, and copy this, copy, and paste. Oh Lord. And send. And you didn't crash my email. Good. Thank you, Microsoft, for not crashing my email again. Woohoo! It's on its way, Sam. It's on its way. Sorry about the delay there, guys. It is on its way. Okay. Yes, it is the meds. Thank you. I'm going to take the responses. We're going to delete all the responses since we're all done. And yes, we can delete them. And we will set up, publish, turn off the responses so that you can't respond anymore. And we are set for the next week. Okay. I'm going to go grab the air blade that to show you guys how far I've come along on that, and then we'll finish off the stream with that. So delete pinned post. Yeah, I could delete the pin. Well, it doesn't matter if I delete the pin post. It's going to be shut anyways. Nobody will be able to. Oh, you're welcome, Sam. You should have that email by now. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go grab that air blade. I think I left it upstairs, so my mic will be live as I go upstairs to grab the bag with everything in it. Okay, let's see. Up into the dungeon. Oh, the dog's barking. I'm still live. You guys can hear me. Where did I put the bag? Where did I put the bag?
It's right there hanging on the post on the stairs.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, I got the bag. Coming back down. Okay. There we go. Dog said hello. Coming back down the stairs. Here we go. I totally forgot about this. Wow, I'm glad you reminded me. And we're back. We're back. Next to the air fork. Here's the print. We're going to need, let me lift this out with this hand. We're going to need this. Okay. Oh, I can just take the power cord off the printer. Okay. There we go. Let's plug this in. So I'll show you what I made, show you the design I did first. Then I just got to worry about building some mounts and stuff. So the design we ended up going with for this, or the one that seems, oh man, to work the best, is, there we go. Okay, so we did a couple things that we had discussed. So we moved the air intake to the end here, okay? So we have that notch out because there's a thing in the machine that's got to sort of sit up in against. We notched out the middle because there's again another part of the machine that this sits over. We made these holes a little bit bigger, okay? We got rid of all the extra plastic that was on the other sides here. So there's that one, and the one that we went from we went from this one, okay? Remember all these little drawings and stuff. Hey Andrew Humphrey, haven't been here in had a few adventures. Yeah, I've been having a lot of adventures, Andrew. Sorry, there's something here covering up all my chats. There and there. I had a fall. I'll show you the video of the fall in a minute. But yeah, so this is kind of what I had drawn up to do. So we went from here. We were going to put the, we were going to look at 2 fans, but one is going to be plenty, putting it on the end. So we ended up thickening up the end here, allowing the fan to go in. We ended up losing all this other plastic, okay? And then we ended up notching out the front of that to fit over that piece in the machine that it's got to fit over. So this is what we ended up with. Can I zoom out any further? I can. Okay, that was different. So yeah, so this is the final design. So basically this printed, semi-final, there may change a little bit. Along here, it's going to be VHB tape, which is going to tape this to the inside of the cover. So 2 strips of VHB tape that are going to hold that inside the cover, It should hold pretty strong because I do use an industrial VHB tape. Okay, looks like your tailbone got the worst of it. Yeah, you saw the video, Jerry, and so what this prints basically in place just like this. It prints with a few supports on the end. I did consult ChatGPT for the best. I sent a picture of this model and I asked it for the best support settings, and the supports actually stayed right on the print bed and came off super, super clean on this thing. I had to do no support removal other than one little one in this hole here. So, okay, so with that, we're using this little fan here with a little control board on it, and it's got the speed controller here, and I've got this hooked up to my power supply. It's a 24 watt, my bench supply, bench power. It's a 24 watt fan. So this with a little adapter is going to end up sitting in sort of on the side like this. We're going to run the wires. I may print a little channel to run the wires down in, and then we're going to have a board, and this board may end up just mounting on the bottom side of this. I haven't decided yet. And then we got to run, of course, the power wires out of this, etc. So the wiring and everything is a secondary thing once I get this design down. But the power, or actually the force I'm getting out of these things now is quite, I wish I had some way to measure the force, but it's quite good. So we'll turn this on, 24 volts, 23.98 volts, close enough. Actually, I can dial it up to 24. 24.1, 24.03 volts. There we go here. Actually, if I turn that, you can kind of see we have 24.03 volts coming through here. If I turn the switch on, it's going to be a little loud. But we have, like, I don't know if you can see it blowing my hair, but we have, if I take a piece of paper, you can see, if I bring this in, we have some good airflow, right? If I come across, we have good airflow all the way up to about here on both sides. We have really good airflow now. Okay, so if I turn this over, you can see that it's basically, so there's the flat paper, okay? If I bring it over, we have really good airflow all the way up, all the way up here, as a matter of fact. So there's really, you can see that it's much better airflow than we had initially. Okay, so yeah. So it's hard, and it's hard to describe airflow, but believe me, I can feel it's really hard airflow down here, and that's about the distance we need it for to blow those pieces out of the machine. So this will sit in there in the machine like so with the top, and then that'll just force those offcuts to blow down in there, and this is working perfectly. This is great. This took me a long time to get here, but we are finally here. Hang on. Put some on a piece. Put some tinsel on a piece of tape. Yeah, I could do that too. I don't have tinsel, but if I were to put a piece of tape on here, and you can kind of see, hang on, come on, and put the tape down, you can kind of see what it's doing, how much force it has, right? See? Or if I put a piece of paper here, and then, whoa, I need that piece of paper. What else can I show? My hair. Hey, actually, this would be a good hair dryer. Hey, ladies, would you buy a hair dryer like this? Oh, yeah. Whoa. Whoa. Like, you can tell how much force this fan blows out. Look, watch. You can tell the force that fan blows out itself by the movement it has. So that's quite the strong fan. So yeah, that is going to do, I think that is going to do the job for sure. Let me turn this off. Okay, and I'll power that off here. So yeah, that's going to pretty much do what I need it to do. As I say, all I've got to do now is kind of figure out the control board, I can print a little piece that comes in here, probably a magnetic wing, one that'll sit under here so that if I ever have to take this off to service it or replace it, but a control board that sits under here, and then the fan kind of sits, the fan will kind of sit at an angle like so. We'll do the wire, and then all we have to do is run the power cables. There's a lot of cables out here that don't need to be here. There's a little switch that I can actually put up on the side over here or something. I've got to figure that out. And then we just have to have two wires to go off the side, a black and a red wire to go off to the side to the power supply to provide 24 volts. And that power supply is built into the piece of equipment. So this, I believe, I'm very, very, very close to the final product. It's just a matter now of adapting this to do the clean wiring and everything that I need to do for this. And possibly tightening up this little TPU adapter. But I do want this to be able to come out. I want the control board to be able to come out in case this ever has to be replaced if this fan wears out. So there we go. And that fan was off of Amazon. So there we go. Look, stronger than half the public bathroom hand dryers. That's for sure. Yes. But I say this and people are going to go, well, that's, you know, it's nothing special. But I'm quite proud of what I've come up with here. This was quite a design challenge for me in Fusion 3. In Fusion, I probably have a heck of a lot more steps than I need to do this design now if I were to take this and reverse engineer it, because as I went along I was like, oh, I'll do this to it, and then it was, oh, okay, I'll do this to it, and oh, I'll add this to it, and rather than go back in the timeline, I just kept adding more sketches and more extrusions, whereas I probably could have got away with about half of the steps on the timeline that I have with this. So yeah, we came up with it with LOL. Install a few of in your house bathroom. That would work. That would really work. What I'm going to look at doing too is this is just a simple rotary switch for controlling the amount of fan. I got to see. I don't think I'm going to need. I think this will always run on full, so I may end up switching this out just to an on-off switch. We'll see. This is just 3 wires that go to the control board. I'm pretty sure I can just get a standard 3-way switch to switch this to. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So I don't know if I have Fusion open. I can show you the CAD drawing for those that haven't seen it. I don't think Fusion is open though. Let's just see if it is actually open on here. No, it's not. But I can open it real quick. Clownhammer, what'd you miss? Nothing. We just spent a lot of time figuring out the issue in the hot end on this printer here, and then ordering some parts. We did a draw, and then I was just showing off this blade fan that I designed and I'm making for a piece of equipment at the office. So let's continue. I'll show you this real quick for anybody that hasn't seen it. I'm just opening Fusion real quick here. Me on meds, yeah. I swear that's half my problem. Close, slitter fan duct, let's just close. Let's cancel that. Let's open my slitter duct. Where is my slitter duct file? Slitter fan duct, I think that's my final version right here. Let's just see if it opens. Open recovery document instead. No, I don't want to open the recovery. I want to open the original, the final one. Oh, that's not my final one. Tell me I saved my final one. Oh, maybe I should have opened the recovery document. Let's close this without saving it and open this. Let's open the recovery document. No, is this the same one? No, that's not the one I want. Don't save. And let's open this. Yeah, I think it's the meds, and he meant to say that we helped him redesign it. You guys all helped. Did you see your questions? No. Let me see if I can, let me find your questions there. I didn't see them. But then again, is there a chance you're going to blow your cut pieces around, not just the waste? No. No, the way that's designed, it'll blow it straight into the waste container. It'll blow the cut pieces. No, it won't blow the cut pieces. What happens is with this machine, the sheet goes through and it cuts it and it cuts it and it cuts it, but they're all under the pressure of the rollers while it's cutting it. And then when the last piece goes through and the rollers release it, then this will be blow down to blow the cut pieces down. But because the rest of the pieces are under the pressure of feed rollers all the way through, it should not affect it. No. And the company has put a fan in their new systems. Now, no, it shouldn't affect it. It really shouldn't. But that, then again, we're going to be testing it in actual use this week. So here is the CAD design. It's missing one piece for some reason. I think it's just hasn't updated from my office computer yet. But this is the CAD design right here. So you can see my timeline along the bottom. Now there's an error on one of my sketches, but I'm not overly worried about that. Let's get rid of this thing here. I don't know what that is, but it's because I didn't follow the timeline 100%, which is why it's doing this. And this timeline goes on. So you can see there's a lot of steps. If I drag this back, you'll see where I came, and I went from this point, which is where we were before. Okay, other than the back vent. Okay, we went from there, and then I said, oh, well, what if I go ahead and, make this, we'll cut this part out, and then let's do this. And there was a lot of changes I made on the inside of it as well. So if we look at the inside is actually interesting the way we have the built-in supports on the inside, so we don't have to have any support material in here because it prints this way around. That's the flat base. It's not showing that little ledge that I printed, but that is on the final design. And then the other, if we look at some other sections, so you can see halfway there where the air intake is, and it blocks all the air from going into the side, and then it just distributes it among the nozzles. And then we have a top view of what it looks like from the top. Okay, so again, these little slots were all put there for support, so there was minimum bridging on the whole thing. And then we have a 45-degree angle where all the supports are printing there, so we don't have to have any internal support material. And there's the other view from inside, so that was enabled me to, I do a lot of sectional views so I can get inside the model and put round curves. I try to make everything curved and put fillets anywhere I could so it doesn't impede airflow, because airflow does not like square corners, of course. And then here's another view from this way, boop, just like so. So we have the air coming in directly there and then being distributed right and left. And finally, just another view from this way, showing that all these pockets to the left and right of the center get no air, but those are all just there for, to support the whole overall model. So that's the model. I don't know why my little ledge is not showing up there that I added onto it after, but that's just going to be a different version on my other computer. March 25th at 3:50 p.m. version 16. Yeah, no, I got a newer version at the office. I probably just haven't saved it, but it is open there, so it'll just open up as a recovery document. So that is that. And let's get back into here, and let's get back over to here. Here we are. Square corners create impedance. Once the cards are cut and the last ones come out of the machine, then the blower comes on to blow it out. Well, no, that would be great if I could have the ability to do that. But what happens is this machine, and I don't have the video anymore, but this machine, it feeds as one sheet's leaving, the other sheet's coming with very little gap in between. So there's going to be a little bit of a gap in between the sheets where the blower is going to be able to blow those offcuts down so that this next sheet doesn't invertedly drag those offcuts through, which is what's happening, right? And it's a flaw in the machine, and they know it because the newer machines that are out now, they have a built-in blower on that cover. I'll show you what that cover looks like. Trigger a fan, to where there is no business card paper at a specific point in the machine. That's down the road if I have to. If I do have an issue with it blowing the actual cards, which it shouldn't, because as I say, they're between. But then we'll work on that after. But anything is possible these days with what we can do, right? So, but there's the actual cover. Actually, let me just find this really quick, just for those that haven't actually seen it. But I've got this. This is on my phone, but still, this is the cover of the machine. Right there. That's the cover of the machine, right there. So this piece is going in towards the top there, and that's why that cutout's there. There's a little stud sort of right in the middle there. So this piece is going towards the top of that cutout there. Okay. And then I can show you. Let's go library collections. Where's my videos? Albums. I don't like this new phone thing. Like it doesn't. Oh, there we go. Videos. I don't think I kept it. No, I don't think I kept it. But yeah, you kind of have to see the idea. I'll have to show you the video of the thing running when I get it put in place. But if anybody wants to see, who wants to see my fall? The air knife is on 100% of the time. You don't need it for all jobs. It's just the ones that are cutting the business card with the offcut in between. If we're scoring, perfing, just doing simple stuff, we don't need it on. But it's just for certain things. But it's spring, I know. But here you go. And for anybody that hasn't seen it, what the heck? You ready? That's me shoveling some snow. Is it focused? And then I step down on a step, bang. Here, let's rewind that. I don't know if that was focused. Shoveling snow, there we go. I'm blowing the snow. I step down and bang. 3 concrete steps. Boom. There we go. So you can share my pain. You can share my pain. Yeah. Took you a minute to reboot. Yeah, I was down there for a minute. I said a few choice words. Yeah. I was very fortunate. If you saw, that video shows how close my head came to hitting that top step. I was extremely fortunate that I didn't hit my head on that top step, or else I'd be in a lot worse shape. So, yeah, definitely. So, but we're done. We are done. How are we doing on our Costco cart thing? Not bad. Long way to go. But so far the print's looking good. Long way to go. But could have hurt my back really bad. Well, I am very sore right through here. Okay, the most damage was done right through here, and of course in here because of some torn tendons. But the thing I hurt the most, guess what I hurt? The thing I hurt the most was 3 letters. 3 letters. What did I hurt the most? Yeah. Yeah, concrete always wins. Yeah. Thanks to doorbells, we're all our own documents of stupid stuff. Somebody told me that's going to make it on one of these reels on Facebook somewhere sometime where they show all these falls. But what I hurt the most was my ego. Yeah, no, my ego. My EGO. But anyways, what can I do? 5 pizzas, that sucks. That sucks. Whew. Anyways, I am done, guys. Listen, thank you everybody for being here. We'll just do some more fun crap next week as well. That part should be in, and we'll get this put back together, get this thing printing. And I said 3 letters. Yeah, EGO. My ego battery. I should have had that with me. It might have had the battery working. So later, Ford boy. Okay, see you, Chevy man. See you later. Say hi to the wife for me as well. Okay. Spun out from under you. It hurts. Well, it is, and I did hurt that part too, yes. On the left side, the butt cheek, so definitely. X-rays say I'm all good though, no broken bones. I did a battery of X-rays and we're all good. What was the machine is the blower for? It's for a business card slitter. Mark, if you tune in next week, you'll see it's for a business card slitter. So it's a Graphic Wizard. I don't remember the model, but you can check in a previous video. 2 weeks ago, I showed video of the machine running. Yeah, it's for a business card slitter to blow the offcuts down into a waste bin. So everybody take care. I will heal up, and we'll be back next week for more show and more giveaway. So talk to you guys later. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I appreciate you all. Have a good week.